So I'm traveling through Mexico, through the Yucatan, through Quintana Roo, right? And I'm going to these different sites. And I'm observing the writings, the glyphs, the styles of buildings. And there are ancient ruins here that have a completely different style of architecture than other ruins, like one like Chichen Itza, the ones that we call Mayan, right? Um, and and what I'm realizing that these are different seeded humans. These are different star beings that have seeded the human culture. So Mayan is a particular human culture that was seeded by like a Palladian consciousness. Then you have the Inca that was seeded by a Maru, which was a serpent consciousness. Now, I think more like it's Quetzalcoatl, right? It's the plumed serpent, that kind of consciousness. And then you have these other beings, these other ruins that I was at, like Uxmal and Kaaba, that are seeded by Assyrian consciousness. And it's reflected in the architecture. It's reflected in the artwork and in the writing. And there was one particular complex that I saw that was blowing my mind, man. And it took me a while to get it all together and to integrate it. And what I realized what was going on is that the pyramid, which is a very unusual pyramid, it had rounded edges. It didn't have corners at all. Was acting like a cup, a receptor for a highly high dimensional being, let's say it like that, be received and then given a seat within another structure that was right in front of it. And this was like a coliseum where a whole bunch of those kinds of beings would come together and sit. And when they came together and sit, they were bringing nesting dolls of consciousness with them, right? And then you had all of these extra high level interdimensional fields available. And now they can they can now navigate potentials that were not there before without those beings being present. And then once they do that, they those potentials are there, and then they would anchor in the potential that they felt would serve that culture, serve that reality, that I'm sorry, I'm saying this wrong, serve the people. Okay, it seems like it was always for the highest good of the people. They really wanted to keep this evolution moving forward. They really wanted to keep this society harmonically moving forward. And it feels like it was in service of the Pachamama. It was in service of reawakening the Pachamama. And there is some kind of connection with Tiamat, but I haven't really put all that together yet. And then when the potential was anchored in, those beings would return to the receptor and go back to where they came from. And I think this is expressed to us in the stories of the star elders. Okay, star elders. These are beings that don't have a physical form, but they are an extremely high interdimensional consciousness.